I came to interior design really through my love of art. And when I went and got my undergraduate degree from UC Irvine, I studied art, painting, drawing, art history, and had an opportunity to start taking some preliminary architectural design classes. And that is really where it all began, because for me, I just fell in love with the design of buildings and architecture, and we began learning how to draw buildings and study them. And I thought, oh my gosh, actually, I want to convert my love of art into architecture. Of course, my father, being the smart man that he is, said to me, okay, dear, well, before we send you off to grad school for architecture, let's make sure you like this as a career. So he sent me off to find a summer job working for a local architect. And that actually turned out to be almost a 5-year employment for me through college and beyond. But I realized a couple years into working for an architect that really my love was for the interiors. So that is really how it evolved. And I realized, it would be a lot more fun to be an interior designer. I think all in all, I would really have to boil it down to say that it was my mom. And she's no longer here with us today in the physical world, but she's definitely here in spirit. And I feel like one of the things that she really taught me as a young child to do, not only just encouraging me to be creative and to draw, but she taught me actually how to be a really good shopper. And I know that may sound really funny, but I'm telling you, I always say, you could be a really good interior designer, but girl, you have to know how to shop. You have to know how to hunt for things. And she used to tell me stories about her in New York and digging through to find the amazing dresses at Filene's basement. And, we were always bonded over, going, mostly clothes shopping. But interestingly, even at a young age, my parents involved me in their interior design projects growing up. And it didn't even dawn on me, really. But even at a really young age, I think I was probably 13, 14, and my parents would sit down and have me participate in the design meetings when they always loved renovating. And so it gave me a really great opportunity to experience design, at a young age. And my mom was always really great with color. She could walk into, a space and have vision for, what it could turn into. And so I think writing a little bit kind of behind her and learning her color skills, her shopping skills, and design, being around it as a young child really influenced me. I would say antiques. I probably feel that is an area that I am just starting to kind of dabble in and utilize. I tend to, on my projects, just be driven to either, reuse some of my clients' existing furniture and, recover, refinish, that type of thing. Of course, I've bought, antiques and done, sort of my fair share of consignment shopping on projects. But now I feel like this will just, add another layer to my design where, I can start curating pieces from the past and incorporating them into my projects rather than just, custom making everything or buying it all new. I think it adds historical value to projects. I think that it also makes them more layered and more interesting. I don't know if it's really a superpower per se, but it's really hard for me to go in a room and not tear something up. So that is just for me, I would have to say sort of my specialty, that where my love of architecture comes involved is that I'll look at a space and I'll kind of identify, maybe be the area that needs a little facelift. So, I would look at something and whether the lighting's not in the right place, or the window should get redone, or, oh, wouldn't this be great if, so I feel like I have that kind of vision to look at a space and maybe pick out one or two things that can take it just kind of from, kind of ordinary to extraordinary. And I don't look at a project in terms of just decorating it. I really look at kind of designing it. So I'm always bringing that to a project. So I always tell clients, I was like, be wary when you ask me what I think, because I'm going to tell you. I like to say that my style is organic modern. And, I really like to utilize my environment, whether it's living here on the coast in kind of more of an abstract way. So you're not going to see seashells and anchors in any of my design projects, but it's more like utilizing natural materials, textures, organic shapes, things that are, soothing and comforting for people, but in a little bit more of a clean, modern aesthetic. For me, I really try to kind of look at myself as like an interior stylist, and I'm helping people develop their own personal style within their home. You have a lot of people that help do that with clothing. I feel like I do that with interiors, and really try to help people look at, the architectural style, their own personal lifestyle, the way they live, and then look at kind of aesthetically what is pleasing to them and sort of mash that all together for their own, unique style. The thing that would be most enjoyable would be to be an event planner. Because I think that in many ways, interior design and creating design projects have a similar kind of project flow and responsibility in terms of event planning. And I always love throwing parties and, kind of like creating the space. And I love the deadline. Being under the gun, and, it's like that part. I love the adrenaline part of just, getting, things done kind of quickly and kind of having that big reveal. And of course, making people happy.